angel says, "My dearest listeners, I have something incredibly powerful to share with you today. Something that will reach deep into the very core of your being, right here, right now, in this moment. You are about to experience a revelation that has the potential to change the way you view yourself and perhaps even the way you view the entire world around you." The angels are speaking directly to you today. They are whispering into the depths of your soul, urging you to pause, to take a deep breath, and to listen with your heart. There is something unfolding in your life that you may not fully understand yet, but it is happening all around you, something sacred, something that has been carefully orchestrated in the spiritual realm just for you. The angels want you to know that you are surrounded by their protective presence, wrapped in the warmth of their love, and bathed in divine light. They are here, gathered closely around you, guarding your energy because something profound is taking place behind the scenes of your life. There is someone who has been watching you, not in a controlling or possessive way, but with admiration, with reverence, and with a quiet awe that they never expected to feel. This person is not just anyone. This is someone many others look up to. Someone powerful, someone who usually keeps their emotions carefully concealed. This is a person who is not easily moved, who doesn't often feel their heart stirred by others. Yet something about you, something rare, something quiet and real, has touched them so deeply that they can no longer keep their emotions hidden. This person, who has spent most of their life in control, who walks through the world with an air of confidence and composure, is now finding that all their defenses are crumbling, and the angels want you to understand why. It's not because you tried to break through their walls. It's not because you chased after them or performed in any way. No, dear one. It's because you simply stood in your truth. You didn't try to be anything you're not. You didn't pretend to be someone else. You were just you, authentic, raw, honest, and quietly powerful. You didn't need to shout to be heard. You didn't need to seek validation. You didn't need to impress anyone. You simply lived your truth day by day. Even when it was difficult, even when others didn't understand, even when you didn't receive applause. And that kind of quiet, steady presence, it has completely disarmed them. You didn't enter their life with noise or drama. You entered with the stillness of your being, and that stillness has left a lasting mark on their soul. This person has met many others throughout their life. People who were beautiful, brilliant, bold, but none of them have impacted them in the way that you have. None of them have stayed in their heart the way you have. And that's because what has touched them isn't just your outer beauty, your charm, or your smile. What has captivated them is something far deeper, something they can't fully explain. Something they can't fully explain. Something they feel in their spirit every time they think of you. The angels want you to know that there are two deeply unusual and extraordinary qualities about you that have captivated this person's soul. The first is your silent strength. You have this incredible ability to stand tall, to remain steady without ever raising your voice. You've walked through pain, through trials, through disappointments that could have broken anyone else. And yet here you are, soft, steady, and still full of love. Despite all the hurt, you didn't allow the world to harden you. You didn't let betrayal steal your kindness. You didn't let rejection turn you bitter. You held on to your light even when it flickered. You kept your heart open even when it hurt. My dearest listeners, like this video, and if you're new to this channel, Christian Motivation 1111, welcome to a family of believers. Subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next divine message that heaven may be preparing just for you. And if this message has spoken to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, let it bless someone else. And this person has noticed. They might not have said anything to you about it. They might not even have the words to fully express what they're feeling. But deep inside, their soul has recognized the strength within yours. They see how you hold your boundaries not as walls but as sacred lines that protect your peace. They see how you don't need the approval of others to feel valuable. You don't need to prove yourself to anyone. You simply live your truth. And that kind of inner power, quiet, gentle, but unshakable, is something they never expected to find in someone else, is something they thought only they carried. But in you, they see a mirror, a quiet reflection of the strength they've always carried but often felt alone in. And for the first time in a long time, they don't feel so alone anymore. The second quality that has captured their heart is the way you make people feel without ever trying to change them. You never pressured anyone to become someone they're not. You never chased anyone, never demanded that they meet some expectation to be worthy of your attention. You simply lived so fully in your own truth that others couldn't help but be drawn to you. They felt seen by you not for their image or their accomplishments but for their soul. And that kind of recognition, it's rare, it's sacred, and it shook them to their very core. This person is used to being admired for what they have, their wealth, their status, their achievements. But you never admired them for those things. You admired them for who they are, for the person they were at their core. And that is something they've never experienced before. It's something they're still trying to understand. They might have even said something to a close friend or to themselves in a quiet moment, perhaps even laughing it off, to cover up the vulnerability they were feeling. Maybe they said something like, "You remind me of who I used to be," or "You're the person I wish I could be again." But the angels want you to know this. It wasn't a joke. It was a confession, a truth trying to come to the surface. Because what they feel for you is not just admiration. It's not just attraction. No, it's something far deeper, something more sacred. It's a kind of love that isn't based on chemistry or superficial connection. It's a love that comes from remembrance, remembering a piece of themselves in you that they had buried long ago. It's the recognition of something they've lost and are now rediscovering in your presence. You've changed them, dear one. You've made them question what truly matters in life. You've made them feel emotions they haven't allowed themselves to feel in years. And all of this has happened not because you pushed them or tried to force change, but simply because of who you are, because of the person you are when no one is watching. Your softness, your kindness, your unwavering truth, it has touched them in ways they didn't know were possible. You've given them the gift of peace. Not the kind of peace that comes from avoiding conflict or running away from difficult emotions, but the kind of peace that comes from being accepted as they are around you. They don't feel pressured to be perfect. They feel like they can breathe, they can just be. And that feeling, dear one, is something they rarely experience. That's why they miss you even when they're surrounded by others. That's why they think of you when the day quiets down, even when they try to distract themselves. Your energy, your presence, it lingers with them long after you've parted ways. You have become something sacred to them, something unforgettable. They are beginning to compare everyone they meet to you. They notice that no one else makes them feel the way you do. No one else sees them the way you did. No one else carries the kind of grace and wisdom you carry effortlessly, without even trying. You are not someone they can replace. You are not someone they can forget. And the angels want you to know this. What you have done, without even realizing it, is sacred. The love you have given, the light you have shared, and the truth you have lived. It is changing everything for this person. You have awakened something in their heart that they thought had long been lost. You have opened them to a love they never expected, a love that is not bound by time or circumstance but by something far greater. So, dearest soul, the angels want you to hold your head high and understand this. You are not just admired, not just loved, but cherished in a way that goes beyond anything you've ever known. The impact you are having on this person and on the world is profound. Trust that this sacred connection is unfolding exactly as it should, and you are exactly where you are meant to be. Continue to stand in your truth. Continue to walk in your light, and know that the angels are surrounding you with love, protection, and guidance as you continue this beautiful journey. If you'd like to support the channel, consider using the Super Thanks option to keep this content flowing. Stay connected with Christian motivation. If this message speaks to your soul, don't keep it to yourself. Share it and let it bless someone else. The angels want you to know this. This person may not have the words yet. They may not be ready to admit what they feel, not even to themselves, but their soul is already speaking. Their energy already chooses you in the way they pause when your name is mentioned, in the way they hesitate when others try to take your place, and how they always find themselves drawn back to you again and again. You are not just a passing thought. You are not just a sweet memory. You are a turning point, a soul who touched another soul in a way no one else ever has. Whether they say it aloud or not, they know it. They feel it. They're waking up to it. You have become the melody in their heart that keeps playing, the peace they crave in their chaos, the warmth they long for when life feels cold. And it's not because you gave them anything material, it's because you gave them something real. You loved them without asking them to perform. You saw them without making them hide. You valued them without asking them to change. You reminded them what love was meant to feel like. The angels say, "You are one of a kind." Don't question if your presence mattered. It did. You didn't need to chase them. Your energy remained with them. You didn't need loud words. Your silence spoke to their soul. They saw your courage. They felt your strength. They were softened by your gentleness. They were awakened by your truth. Now they're beginning to question everything they thought they wanted. Because if they can't share it with someone who truly sees them, who understands them the way you do, then maybe none of it really matters. Yes, they may have success. They may stand on stages. They may wear crowns. But when they're alone, it's you they think of. Not because you tried to impress them, but because your presence made them feel. You touched a place in their heart that no one else could reach. And now the angels are standing around you, full of pride and divine joy. They whisper into your spirit, "You are enough. You are seen. You are sacred. You are not forgotten. You are not alone." You've left an imprint on their heart that will never fade. You've awakened a love in them that is deep, true, and timeless. Even if they never say the words, their soul is already singing your name. This is divine. This is real. This is bigger than you imagine. You are the blessing they never expected. You are the reason they are beginning to believe in love again. You didn't just catch their eye. You mirrored their soul. They told someone recently that you reminded them of who they used to be. Not your face, but your spirit. You brought back memories of the dreamer they once were, the part of them that believed in love, in truth, in living with an open heart. Your joy stirred something deep in them, something they thought they had lost. When they talk about you now, their voice changes. They speak your name softly, reverently. They may not be able to explain how you make them feel because it's not about logic. It's about energy, You make them feel safe without being guarded, seen without having to impress, loved without needing to hide. You gave them something no one else has. A love that doesn't reach for their crown but touches their scars. A connection that doesn't need their title but speaks to their soul. The angels want you to understand your presence has shifted something in them. You've awakened a part of them they forgot existed. They are beginning to want your energy more than their achievements, your truth more than the praise, your soul more than perfection. You weren't just someone who walked in. You became part of their transformation. You didn't come to follow. You came as a mirror, and now they want to be known by you. You reminded them of two rare things: your joyful spirit and your fearless honesty. You don't hide. You don't shrink. You walk into rooms as you are. And that truth is powerful. You made them feel something the world couldn't give them. You reminded them how to feel alive again. They can't explain why they're so drawn to you. They just are. You've become the spark they can't put out, the light they crave when everything else fades. So don't shrink. Don't dim your joy. Don't silence your voice. You weren't sent to blend in. You were sent to ignite. The angels are smiling now, because someone who once had everything has finally felt something real because of you. You reminded them how to feel human again, and no matter what, they will never forget your soul. Type I believe if you trust in the divine timing of love. Type Amen if your heart knows this was meant for you. Type I am ready if you welcome the love that is silently returning to your life. You don't have to force it. You don't have to chase it. Just keep being you. The right hearts will always find you, and one already has. Welcome to a divine space. If you're new here, welcome home. Christian Motivation 11 is more than a channel. It's a sacred space where purpose is ignited, faith is deepened, and your destiny is confirmed. Subscribe and stay connected, because what God is doing next in your life is too big to miss. Support this mission. If this message moved your spirit, consider using the super thanks to support our mission of spreading divine love and prophetic words to the world. Together we are building a community rooted in faith, anchored in love, and aligned with heaven's purpose.